And the owner, Rodney Washington, tells us he woke up early this morning to a call he didn't want to get. Unfortunately, it's the 6th time in the 17 years he's owned this building that a car has hit the front of his barbershop. He says the bill violates the Constitution because it discriminates against transgender children. This is how much snow has accumulated in the past couple of hours, and this is what is causing issues on the road. It'll be delivered within minutes. Or so we thought. Ricky, you're gonna love Keeneland in the fall, I promise. This is my first Mega Millions ticket, and I promise if I happen to win, I will share with the entire Sunrise crew. There aren't just humans buried out on this property. Neely tells us about 100 feet down this pathway, there are also 6 thoroughbred horses buried. Animal rights organization PETA is one of the most outspoken critics of the situation. We'll get to what they said in just a moment, but first, take a look at the video.
Local coverage now from our affiliate Lex 18 News and their reporter Evelyn Schultz.
It's just a scary time to be a woman.
Kelly Bishop deleted a period tracking app off her phone this week over fears her personal health data could be used in ways she doesn't want.
Every tool that you use to be responsible for your reproductive health can now be used as surveillance against you.
She's not the only one with concerns. Information about her period could be subpoenaed or sold to a third party. Post Roe v. Wade, a barrage of social media users advised women to delete apps that track their cycles, especially if they live in states where abortion is now outlawed. We took those concerns to a constitutional law professor here at the University of Kentucky.
You're right to be mindful of your privacy, but I would say that the threats to your privacy are, I would say, more from the private sector.
Paul Salamanca is referring to companies who buy data from apps and use it for marketing purposes. The professor told us the Fourth Amendment protects users of period tracking apps from the government. He cites Carpenter versus United States, when the Supreme Court ruled the government couldn't obtain cell phone location records without a warrant.
The Fourth Amendment protects you against the government obtaining that data. It doesn't mean the government couldn't possibly obtain it, but they'd have to have probable cause and they'd have to go through the process of getting a warrant.
According to Salamanca, it's not likely the government would access data about someone's menstrual cycle through an app to prosecute them. Still, companies are addressing concerns. Flow, the leading period tracking app, just added anonymous mode, which removes personal identity from an account. It's not any comfort to Bishop, who says she won't be downloading these types of apps anymore. Caps and gowns on, and it's time for graduation photos. But behind these Wildcat celebratory smiles, there are stories of perseverance.
I'm not really supposed to be here, according to society, according to statistics, according to what everybody else thinks. That black women are supposed to be, or supposed to look like, or not supposed to be and not supposed to look like. That's what makes me the most proud.
Proud because Dr. Sharika Smith and her peers are members of a groundbreaking group. They're the first class to graduate from the University of Kentucky's new Doctorate of Social Work program, also called DSW. Within their class is the most black doctors to ever graduate from a single discipline at UK.
We literally made history, and that's not something I'm used to. I'm the first person in my family, my immediate family, to graduate college, let alone get this far.
According to UK, 23 of the program's 72 graduating doctorate students are black, including 3 black men. Its representation, professors say, will make a difference in a field that's historically made up of white women.
It's hard to become what you don't see. And we are providing opportunities for children to see themselves.
We deal with diverse communities, and it is extremely important that the practitioners reflect those communities.
A 2017 survey from the National Association of Social Workers found nearly 70% of social workers are white. Dr. Brittany Gentry says those disparities in social work are part of the reason she enrolled in this 2-year program.
The need for people of color as therapists, as mentors, as case managers has increased significantly. I have 2 children, so it's like I hope one day they can see this and think like they're proud that their mother was a part of this.
To these women, the title of doctor still may feel surreal, but they hope those 2 letters on the front of their names inspire future students who also want to make a difference.
I think, we see things on TV about, oh, this is history making, people make history, and to actually be a part of making history, once in a lifetime.
Evelyn Schultz, LEX 18 News. The year was 1965, and 28-year-old Ruby Allnut was a new cafeteria employee at Stonewall Elementary School.
We made everything from scratch then. We had to make our hamburger buns, our hot dog buns.
Today, Miss Ruby is 84 years old, and she's still working at the very same school, her career spanning nearly 6 decades.
The kids, I just love kids.
Times have changed since the 60s, so has the uniform. But co-workers say Miss Ruby has stayed the same. In fact, Corey Collette was once a student at Stonewall. He now works alongside his former lunch lady.
Get ready for them kids to come in. I don't think you'll find anybody quite as dedicated. You know, she loves her job. She absolutely loves her job.
84-year-old Ruby still shows up to work each day, complete with a swipe of lipstick and a pair of earrings, ready to greet students at lunchtime.
Well, she just loves seeing the kids come down the line, and she's here all the time.
There's no doubt Miss Ruby has earned her retirement, but she has no plans to put down the spatula anytime soon, as she likes to tell the school's principal.
No, ma'am, I'll probably die here. That's what I told him, Mr. Catlett. I'll probably die.
So for now, Miss Ruby will remain the gem of Stonewall Elementary. In Lexington, Evelyn Schultz, LEX 18 News.